Let there be light, there was light, and love said, it is good, I can see you.
I can see you.
Let there be light, there was light, and love said, it is good, I can see you.
I can see you.
What does eternity long for more than anything? A taste of the contrast, as you, a finite singularity. If 4 quintillion atoms can fit on a single grain of sand, and inside each a Planckian length of 10 to the minus 33 centimeters, which when transliterated from latency becomes 15 billion light years worth of information that is infinitely extended in all dimensions, then how many miniature megaverses of non-human frames of reference had to cross-pollinate behind the back of so-called Newtonian laws of physics in order to concoct the exotic matter multiple ecosystems makeup module of you? What scientists do, and theologians too, when a popular paradigm fails and becomes intellectual landmined material, causing creative thinking civilian casualties. They carry on as if nothing's ever happened, saying privately, yes, we're wrong, but suppose we were right. What if I told you that water was once a valued member of our extended family of liquid consciousness? And it will be again, because wave genetics, weak laser light experiments reveal a new origin of species, where linguistic alchemy is the key to unlocking dormant, otherworldly varieties of yet-to-be adaptability, or what scientists call junk DNA, which from the vibrations of voice, even now, is recombining.
Great river of change is coming.
Whoa!
Great river of change is here right now. Great river of change is coming.
Whoa!
Great river of change is here right now.
It might sound sacrosanct. We are not the surviving legacy of a migrating savanna ape, but more closely related to the ancestral descendants of aquatic primates. Or to put it technically, you evolved from an ultra-intelligent sea monkey. And by way of theoretical verification and substantiation, unlike our 4-footed friends who swing from limbs, we are mostly hairless, bipedal hominids who, like our closest aquarian cousins, the cetaceans, are hydrodynamically designed to dive, and thereby invoke the conscious control of breath, allowing for complex verbal articulation, and let's not fail to mention the thin layer of blubber just beneath our skin, which is physically impossible for our simian siblings, meaning no chimpanzee can fast food themselves into an even faster funeral by way of obesity.
Let go of what you know, let go into the flow, let go of what you know, let go into the flow, let go of what you know, let go into the flow, let go of what you know, let go, let it flow.
Nature uses play signals as a way of overcoming odds that seem otherwise insurmountable. So let this be your official invitation to stop taking yourself, life, and this world so seriously. Because the caveat to being deprived of play, your joy may only live 1/3 its life expectancy. And why cage your wild, untamed exuberance when what you call the sun is really just a giant, cosmic, disembodied water balloon that is endlessly exploding across the smiling cheek of the sky's innocence in the greatest game of dodgeball this part of the Milky Way has ever seen. Our solar system is an autonomous, spinning, luminous entity, laughing, dancing, and singing amongst many celestial kin at an internebula nightclub, star-studded discotheque dance floor family reunion of unchoreographed but interdependent movements.
Great river of change is coming. Whoa! Great river of change is here right now. Great river of change is coming. Whoa! Great river of change is here right now.
It all begins with microcosm mischief and mayhem in the prepubescent subatomic social scene, where self-organizing algorithms of neural peptides decide to play spin the bottle of possibility pyrotechnics with nucleosynthesis house guests, resulting in a complex chemical property kiss in the closet of cosmogenesis between gravity and matter, who on a double dog dare will often open non-local windows of wonder, where pulsar star style lovers are meta-levitating in illicit mid-air fundamental force affairs, whilst giving gravity hickey giggles that softly tickle every inch of the cosmological skin sprawled out along the fold-out couch accretion disc that's been tilted to the perfect degree of angle and pitch for water-based biospheres to ultimately coexist.
Let go of what you know, let go into the flow, let go of what you know, let go into the flow, let go of what you know, let go into the flow, let go of what what you know, let go, let it flow.
What follows is a candid phenotype account of openly naked love mud wrestling events amongst stardust deviants and three-way rendezvous between Cupid-struck molecules, wherein the synchronistic details reveal the transpersonal pattern of the impassioned love spell cocktail for life, as this nano-sized hydromancy bubbling between elemental aspects gets juicy wet and splashes onto the front page of a tell-all exclusive hyperspace headline which reads, "Oxygen and hydrogen elope. Cymatic formative causation commences." Cymatic formative causation. The heart-storming begins when a couple of high-class hydrogen atom heartthrob debutantes ditch the rules of astral plane nursery school and decide to play hooky for eons in the form of shared electron unions so as to get in touch with their astrophysical animal instincts to intermingle covalently over dark flow shots of shooting star scotch and colliding comet-tail cosmopolitan chasers in the superfluid fission hot tub of unfathomable love.
Great river of change is coming. Whoa! Great river of change is here right now. Great river of change is coming. Whoa! Great river of change is here right now.
Wherein a dipole magnetism momentum begins to bubble with a devious, unadulterated, glowing spin grin in the juvenile delinquent orbit of a single eligible oxygen hooligan from the supernova side of the interstellar medium's instantaneous transluminal thought train tracks, only to end up in a coalescence cuddle of supercohesion bliss fun with the aforementioned hydronian twins in question, whose atomic charm gets turned on, causing widespread pandemonium in the pulsar press due to the contagious, amorous after effects that this microscopic anomaly of attraction would ultimately have on expanded consciousness, being materially condensed in the form of complex, sentient systems of salient, autonomous communities interacting in electropositive pools of pure potential in your navel.
Let go of what you know, let go into the flow, let go of what you know, let go into the flow, let go of what you know, let go, let it flow.
The sky is not the limit, and there is no precedent for what's next in the soliatonic electroacoustic pipeline of perpetual centrifugal potential, seated in proto-intelligent emergence of theta state beyond time-space memory upgrades in the Lumerian labyrinth library subtexts of cellular reencodement. Paradoxically, our hydrological cycle is physical proof that reincarnation is not only plausible, but according to nature's working models with water molecules, is more than hypothetically highly probable. It might sound like a foreign notion. The educated guesswork is over, and the more than ecumenical evidence is in. So, welcome to Planet Ocean. Once miscalled by the nomenclature Earth. But just disengage the autopilot observer and you'll soon notice how 75% of our home's surface, the upper atmosphere, and everything submerged within the fishbowl of our skin is almost completely comprised of water from within, which is essentially a kind of embodied light dispelled from proto-oceanic suns in an H2O heliospheric hyperspace hug puddle process. It is this curious substance which can henceforth be referred to as liquid consciousness.
Great river of change is coming. Whoa! Great river of change is here right now. Great river of change is coming. Whoa! Great river of change is here right now.
We are the living waters,
Aquifers of awareness.
rippling patterns of coherence through a dynamic manifestation of thought forms, or the innate noospheric, collective unconscious ability of the human hive to hyper-communicate intuitively with the 10 to the 500 aspects of ourselves that coexist in every enfoldment of the wave function becoming a singularity. DNA is the real Rosetta Stone, etched in hieroglyphic spiral bundles of telephony, which is our birthright vis-a-vis water's photographic 440,000 molecular memory panel structure, which through a kind of constellational osmosis intrinsically imprints the photographic memory essence of all it communes with and the shape content of everything it has ever been in a crystal seed, which springs from a tiny impurity, whose side effects contain the unique property of allowing water to occupy 3 states of matter concurrently, i.e. the simultaneity of solid, liquid, and gaseous. It is this devious, mischievous, eccentric element which when at its coldest, though it should condense, instead it rises by sharing peculiar polarity pajama parties that form strong electron bond families. And inherent in the wet translucence in question, whose intrinsic formlessness can pretemporally express the shape of everything that will ultimately exist into the perpetuity of exponential non-diminishment.
Let go of what you know, let go into the flow, let go of what you know, let go into the flow, let go of what you know, let go into the flow, let go of what you know, let go, let it flow.
If we soften beyond the surface tension of our so-called five sense apparatus, evidencing a 95% sensory capacity left undiscussed, and tune into the spectrographical rest of the rainbow, which stretches forever in every direction. Our sun alone has 24,000 spectral line channels that emanate from the solar nexus to our solar plexus through the heartbeat. The heartbeat produces light, heat, electricity, magnetism, electromagnetic fields, and is sending sound pressure signal waves to and from the galactic center in an energetic cardiology transmitter receiver heart science language of electromagnetic field palpitation proto technology, operating at 5,000 times the brain's carrying capacity, translating the light into holographic biomimicry singularities of morphic resonance. Hence, the unexplained phenomenal propensity of every sentient being to draw from the collective me of nature's self-automated set of organic blueprints. Beyond the tide pools of our untapped subconscious, which is processing billions of bits of information per second, of which less than 1% is perceivable through conscious mind, then we will find that we are always floating in a suspended fractal sea of undulating zero-point energy. We are the infinite expanded spheres of potential, bound together by way of poignancy. And when we sleep, our breath cycle is metabolically in sync with the planetary tidal pulse rate, as if to say, what does eternity long for more than anything? A taste of the contrast, as you, a finite singularity.
Let there be light, there was light, and love said, it is good, I can see you.
I can see you.
Let there be light, there was light.